Now, how about those moves? They were the best of the week. And joining me now, he's got some pretty good moves. Nick Garone, our New York expert. And Nick, what a great week in wrestling. Sachem East Brentwood, we start off with that League One dual meet in Suffolk County. You were there. You were on the call. Was it as good as expected?
It was an amazing dual meet. Anytime you get those two programs, Sachem East and Brentwood, kind of in the same gym, it's an amazing thing. I couldn't even hear myself think during that match. It was so unbelievable. Starlin Jimenez, they did the tribute to Starlin, and it was a great, great match. Awesome matchups.
Yeah, Nick, Starlin Jimenez, a great wrestler in Brentwood history, killed in a car accident years ago. They had a fundraiser for him, and in his memory, and the gym was packed. And you said when you were on the call that you and Matt Shortis could barely hear each other on the call because the crowd was so emotional.
Well, I walk in here today, and the first thing, instead of saying, "Great job, Nick," you say to me, "Hey, what happened?" One of the things, you couldn't hear yourself. I mean, it was that loud. It was that explosive right up until the 126-pound match with Messina. I mean, literally, it was neck and neck.
Now, you look back at that dual meet, and I thought Sachem East would have their way with Brentwood, but when they opened it up, it was all about Messina and Jackson. What a big match for Anthony Messina, a big win over B.J. Jackson.
Well, right there on that finish, right there was the determining factor in the match, Greg. He got in on a nice shot. He was down 3-2, puts him on his back for 5 and wins 7-3. So people, when they saw it, they think that was a blowout. It wasn't. It was right down to the wire.
Big win for Sachem East here in the dual meet, and we talked about this a little bit. It sets them up for better seeds for a lot of their wrestlers in the League One tournament, but a terrible injury for Carlos Toribio of Brentwood High School. Our hearts go out to him. He's also a tremendous baseball player, and Nick, I know you were there. Hopefully he can get back and wrestle in the league tournaments, but it's still kind of up in the air.
All year we've spoken highly about Carlos Toribio and what we felt was going to be the champion at 170. He was the front runner going in there, and he had a really horrible, my heart goes out to him, horrible injury to his ankle. They're going to check today. They don't even know if it's broke yet because it was so swollen. But he's just a very talented guy. But Joe Piccolo, you got to give credit to him. He was wrestling well. He was actually up when the injury happened. Here it comes right here, right on that ankle, and he gets reversed to his back. But you can't push off. You can't push off in that position.
No, and Joe Piccolo, what an outstanding job. He was the MOW of the Islip Cup. And Brentwood winning the Islip Cup wasn't really a surprise, but the Islip Bucks have been an outstanding dual meet team all season. They're one of the top 4 teams in all of Long Island. I know you loved Bucks.
Yeah, well, Joe Patrovich, it's just amazing. Every single year you think that they're out of it. Even last year I said, oh my God, I can beat this team, and he ended up spanking us. So, I mean, he's just a great coach and an awesome program.
Well, I like the fact that they call it the Chris McDonald Cup. This is one of the good tournaments that they have on Long Island, that you get great teams and real competitive tournaments all the way through. I know you would agree that this was somewhere where guys get to go, they find out where they fit for the sectional tournament.
Exactly, Greg. When you have Brentwood, Sachem North, Islip, Half Isle Hills West in one tournament, you get to test your shield.
Hey,
you get to test your battle armor.
I got to ask you, Ronnie King lost 8-2 in the finals to Tyler Grimaldi, the defending champ. Wow, he gave him everything he could. Ronnie King looks good from Islip.
Well, Ronnie King, people that are in the wrestling world, this is no surprise. Ronnie King is a guy. He'll be at the end of the year. He'll be on the podium. But, to wrestle Tyler Grimaldi, the state runner-up, it's tough. I mean, this guy is just good in every position, and he's explosive. He took second at the Eastern States, but Ronnie King put up a good showing. You think 8-2. No, it was a really hard-fought 8-2.
Now, Tyler Grimaldi will move on to Harvard after this year and wrestle in the Ivy League. I mean, this kid is special all the way around. Great student athlete. But I got to see some great wrestling out of Rocky Point. And, we say we don't pay enough attention to the smaller enrollment schools. I went out to Rocky Point, and I saw some great wrestling. Thomas Dutton, James Matias, and wow, was I blown away. James Matias is the son of Tim Matias, who was a county champion for Newfield back in 1986 when I first started coaching wrestling. So it was kind of like a little bit of throwback Wednesday for me last week. It was incredible.
Well, Timmy Matias, he was my teammate in the 86 team. Takes third in the state. I see him all over. We got our kids at Kid Wrestling together. He's just amazing. You obviously, you got to give all credit to him. But Tommy Dutton here in this lineup, he's one of the best in the state. He's a guy that's 3-time league champ. He's a guy that's a 3-time all-county guy. He actually wrestled on Excel's a national championship team this past summer. So he is one of the best guys in the state, and he's a front runner at that weight.
Well, I will tell you, I was really impressed with this team as a whole, all the way through the lineup. They didn't even have Brendan Strovink, who was out. He'll be back this week. Another stud wrestler for Rocky Point. Man, they're good. 23-0, Darren Goldstein. And I got to mention this. If you were to wrestle against the wrestling staff out there, you don't want to wrestle Rocky Point.
No,
Anthony Abington, Stephen Ramada, and Darren Goldstein. And Anthony Cialino is no slouch. This is some
exactly.
staff.
You know, you got a Division I coaching staff here, a Division I coaching staff. You know, Darren Goldstein, I have so much respect with him. Steve Ramada, guys like that, you know, Abington. These guys are always going to be there. They're always going to have their teams ready, and they've done an incredible job this year with that squad.
All right, listen, they'll take it easy on you next time with all that. Kudos for them. Next time they wrestle you guys, but they got a big match this week. They wrestle West Hampton for the league title. The Hurricanes are right there. This should be one of the very best matches of the final week of the dual meet season, and East Islip Hills West is also very good.
Well, Rocky Point West Hampton is going to be an incredible match. I was with West Hampton this past week at the Cousian tournament, and Paul Bass is he's a very, very good coach. He's been there for 30 years, and he always has those guys ready. So Darren has to be ready for that dual meet.
Well, we'll be at Connecticut at Sachem North, Nick, you and I on the call with Keith Irizarry, and that promises to be an outstanding match. These guys are all familiar with each other. Connecticut wrestled at the Sachem North tournament. They've seen each other already this year. This is going to be one of those dual meets that's going to pack the house on Friday night.
Well, Sachem North, you know, Sean O'Hagan, 4th in the county, Matt Marino, 5, Gio Santiago, returning county champ, Steve Mills, 2nd, you know, in the rankings. And then, you know what? Guess what? Connecticut, every single weight is tough. Bill Santoro has those guys ready. You got super sophomore Gino Titone. You got Bull Zami, the number 2 guy in the weight. And you also have Brandon Dent, the number 1 guy in their weight. So it should be an incredible matchup dual meet this weekend.
I'm looking forward because I know you're going to be there all fired up. As much as the wrestlers are going to be fired up to be there, Nick Carone's going to be really crazy because this promises to be a great dual meet for the League 2 championship. Connecticut travels to Sachem North. Yeah, it's a backyard brawl on Long Island Wednesday. They're going to do this. No, it's actually going to be on Wednesday, January 30th at 9:30 p.m. But they'll wrestle that one this Friday. I cannot wait. This is going to be great. No predictions, right? No predictions.
No prediction. I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be that dumb to actually do that. But I'll tell you, we've been talking about this for a week, 2 weeks now. Kind of, hey, this is going to be a good one. And Connecticut, Sachem North, 2-8 in our state rankings.
2-8. I think they are 3-8.
Well, I'm sorry, 3-8.
Well, we've argued about the rankings all morning.
Exactly. You know, you're saying how these guys should be here, and I'm arguing with you back and forth.
You know it all. I know it all. You know what? I think we got it right. But we know what number 1 is Wanto, number 2 is Sachem East. So we're going to jump out right now, Nick, but we'll have you back later. Coming up next, New Jersey, the top 10 teams, and South Plainfield.